Welcome back everyone, and today's guide we are going to be looking at everything that was released in the Extinction Chronicles Part 2. So, since we're looking at everything, this video is going to have timestamps in it. On the left hand side right now will be the times at each bit. We're going to be looking at, the Stego, the notes, the commands, everything. So make sure you go and follow that if you want to only see a certain part of the video. And there'll also be some stuff in the description below as well if you need a bit of help with that stuff. But with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the action. So the first thing we're going to be looking at in this tutorial is the new admin commands. Some are great for server owners and some for your personal self. So with that all being said, let's get into it. First one we're going to be talking about is called Clear My Buffs. Now this is a very good one in order to help get rid of any status effects, both good or bad, that might be bugging you. One disease that would be quite annoying is the swamp fever disease, and as most of you know, the only way to get rid of it is to cure yourself or to transfer to another server. So if you're in single player, this command is actually quite useful for you. However, do note that with this command, it is not able to get rid of everything. So say, for example, as you can see, I've got the little hot symbol there. It will not be able to get rid of any weather effects. And sometimes as well, it takes one or two activations of the command for it to get rid of an effect. So for example, I try to get rid of radiation poisoning or mega rabies or the wyvern buff or the explorer note buff. That took me 2 or 3 presses of the command before it actually worked. And then other commands like eat and endo stew, and then it's like gone. The effect's gone straight away, something like that. So it's got a bit of a glitch to it. Who knows, it may or may not fix in the past, but just letting you know, it can't get rid of every single status effect, but it can get rid of a good majority of the status effects in the game. Next one we're going to be looking at is called Refill Stats. Now this is great for you and your dino as well as server owners. So most of you know the infinite stats. It basically gives all your stats max settings and also keeps them there permanently until you turn the effect off. Now, Refill Stats is literally exact same as infinite stats, but it works once and then you go about your day, you get damaged, and then you can activate the command again to refill your stats or not. It doesn't keep them there permanently, which is really great. So as you can see, currently I don't have a lot of water in me right now, so I'm going to go ahead and type in the command Refill Stats, and bam, there we are. My stats and my water and all that are back up to max now, no issues. Next one, which I really like, is called TP Chords. So as most of you know, getting to areas around Ark can be quite annoying, especially if you're a server owner. Sometimes the teleport commands can be a bit iffy or doing or whatever. It can be a pain to get to places. Especially if someone's like, come to XYZ and you're like, what the heck? So they've fixed that with this new chord called TP Chords. Simply all you got to do is type in keep TP Chords. So I'm just going to type in now, chords, and then all you got to do is then put the latitude and the longitude. So I'm going to go 49.4 and then I'm going to go 84.4 and then teleport, bam. Now it is actually somewhat broken, because it does put you above everything else, which is kind of annoying. So you'll be like, you can get to the area and then you're just going to be falling to your death type of thing. And if it's underground, well then you're going to be spawning under the map, which isn't quite helpful. So it's not the best way to get around, but it is certainly much easier if you need to get to some area. But like I said, not the best. Anyway, moving on to the next one, and that is called Give Weapon Set. Now I actually quite like this one. This is actually pretty cool. Basically what happens is you type in the command and then there are certain tiers of weapons. Now that will be on the screen right now, the tiers. What you do is you go give weapon set tier and then the quality. Now the quality is supposed to be 0 is primitive and 5 is ascendant. However, the setting is somewhat glitched. You can type in 5 and you will get journeyman, and you can type in 0 and you get ascendant. It's kind of weird how it works. And it can be glitchy. What I've done to help fix it is I'll go give weapon set say 5 times, give weapon set 1 and then the quality 5, and then I'll activate the command about 5 times, and then after that 5th attempt I normally get ascendant tier weaponry. So as you can see just there, I got a bunch of weapons. Next one following on from that is actually called Give Armor Set. Now this one is actually also another cool one. Same thing as well, you just go give armor set, then there's a tier, and then the quality. The tiers are by the item itself. So the tiers are cloth, chitin, metal, riot, hazard, and tech. Now with the tech setting, you need to have the tech stuff unlocked already, or you need to activate the command to give you all engrams, so that way you can do it. Otherwise it'll just give you element and you won't get any of the abilities. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. So we'll go give give armor set, and then we're going to go tech tier. Actually, no, sorry, we'll go metal, and we'll go quality 5. And there you go. Now it puts on the armor straight away, and this suffers as well the same issue as well with the weapon set. 5 is supposed to be the primitive, not primitive, ascendant, and obviously as you can see it gave me a different variation of armor. So that is somewhat glitched, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so, and now the next one is called give item set. So it's another one, same thing as the other two, however it does with different ingredients. So some give water, some give stew, somewhat. The values and all that are on the screen right now as well, so that can help you understand that. So I'm just going to go ahead now and go give item set, and then I'm going to go tier 2. And there you go, I've got medical brew, energy brew, cactus brew, all that. It's quite useful actually if you need, you know, a good chunk of resources in a small amount of time, especially if you're doing like single player or, you know, to give something on a server, which is quite useful. Alright, so now there are 2 more commands, and then after that it is just server owner commands, which are quite easy. So the next one we're looking at is called rain dinos. Now this effect, what it does is, so the effect is rain dinos, and then you choose the number of dinos you want, and then you want to choose how far apart they were, as in like, do you want them to spawn directly on top of you, or do you want them to spawn like maybe a couple meters away from you? And then it also chooses the height above you. Now the first one is just parasols and shrikes, so I'm going to go ahead and type it in. We go rain dinos, and then we're going to say we want 10 of them. We'll go spread amount 5,000, you'll see why in a second, and then we'll do the offset of 10, and there you go. Now I have trikes and parasols spawning in front of me. Now the reason I did 5,000 is actually to the reason of the next effect, and that is called rain danger. Same thing as that one, but instead this time it will now spawn Rexes and Allosauruses. So I'm going to go ahead to go 10, go 5,000 again so they don't kill me, and I'm going to put the offset to 50 this time. And as you can see, a bunch of Allos and now Rexes have spawned in the lake. So that is those commands. And the final commands in the game are actually the tribe related ones, so these are for server owners. They are destroy tribe ID, destroy tribe dinos, destroy tribe ID players, and destroy tribe ID structures. Now those commands are on the screen currently as they are now. And it's simply, what they do is, what you do is like, you go destroy tribe ID, so that would be, so the tribe ID is banished, right? That's one of my tribes. And you go destroy tribe ID, space, the tribe name, banished, and then whatever the command you typed, it will be, you know, wiped or whatever. So that's pretty useful. It's like a long range, you know, destroy another tribe. If you're like 10 kilometers away and you need to destroy the tribe for whatever reason, you can do that. Right, the next thing we're going to be discussing is the new Explorer notes, as well as what they say and how to get the corrupted boot skins. So in order to get the corrupted boot skins, you need to obtain the 3 new Explorer notes that have been released, 3, 4, and 5, and these are located in the island in Fast Peak. Second one is in Scorched Earth in the Badlands. And then the third and final one is located in Abberation in River Valley. The teleport coordinates to those exact locations are in the description below if you want to be able to get them. Now, in terms of the She Who Waits Chronicles, I've already made a video on what they say and discussed a little bit about that. So if you want to see that video, the link to that will be in the description below as well. Alright, so next up we're going to be looking at the Tek Stego. So the Tek Stego is effectively another variant of the Stegosaurus that is in the game. So there's 3 types of variants currently. There's the Stego, the Aberrant Stego, and now the Tek Stego. So this guy was released off as Extinction Chronicles 2, and he's effectively the same as that of the Tek-Rex. You know, he can be painted both from admin commands or using a paintbrush. You can put another skin on, like the bone skin or whatever. They are literally wearing the Bionic skin, so if you bought the Bionic skin as part of that money, then probably is worth it because they are basically wearing that skin. But I mean, you know, the other skin's pretty cool nonetheless. They're a permanent dino, so once Extinction Chronicle 2 ends in August, they will still continue to be spawning in the game. They are also breedable and tameable and bring a new breeding line with them as well. And on top of that, they also have a 5% chance to spawn. And then lastly, they are 20% better than that of their non-tech counterparts. So if I look here at this Stego here, you can see stats are pretty good, you know, 1,300 health, stamina. Now these guys, by the way, I GM summoned them at rank 35. So that was a GM summon 35 for this Stego and a GM35 for this Stego, and as you can see the level difference already. But looking at that Stego stats and then looking at this guy's stats, as you can see he has much more health, stamina, oxygen, food. They are basically just, they're going to be, you'll find Tek Stegos, they're higher levels and their base stats are so much better. So that is literally them. The commands that you want, so to, oh actually, hold on, you're going to see this, a baby Stego. These things are so adorable. Look at this, he's so cute and adorable. Oh, he's just got beautiful colors and everything. They're absolutely great. And there's also very different lines of these colors. So as you can see here, I've got a few other guys that I spawned in a bit earlier. And this actual middle one here I actually found on the map himself. He's actually like, I really like their color. They've got nice colors. And I'm sure there's more colors and mutations and breeding colors. And anyway, just finally, I'm going to show you what the egg looks like as well, if you are interested in knowing. That is the Stego's Tek egg. Basically looks like that of its normal egg, but with a more mechanical look to it. Similar to that, you know, how the Rex has his. But yeah, that covers the Tek Stego. The commands, so how to, you know, the GM summon to spawn one in, as well as the egg itself, you know, to get the level 1 version of the egg. That will be on the screen now. But with that all being said, that literally covers the Tek Stego. Alright, so the final thing that we're going to discuss in today's video is the patch notes. Now, there's a bunch of patch notes for both PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Xbox and PlayStation have the ones that are basically exactly the same, so I'm going to be touching them, as PC's a tad different. But for the Xbox and PS4, you've got the, there was a map exploit that was addressed. I don't know what exactly it was, but now it's been fixed. So if you know, let me know in the comments. The next one is the Arthur Plura has been rebalanced. The bike can now damage stone, metal, and tech structures, as well as it takes 5 times explosives and 3 times ranged damage. On Scorched Earth, the consumable lifetime increased to 90% of default from 30%, and also added Titanosauruses. On Prim Plus, they have fixed the missing coal issues, armor weight increased, and RG can now grab correctly. And then, as we already know, Extinction Chronicles has already been released. Other stuff such as the purple, blue, black, and grey dinos. So there'll be different color variations of those dinos throughout this entire week. So I think that goes up till next Thursday. I don't know why it's a week, but it's a week. As you can see, I've got a raptor here, a Ravager here, and a Parasaur with the new color variations. So you might want to hurry up and get these guys if they're only for a week. I absolutely love the colors. They're beautiful. So they are great. So definitely get those guys when you can. Alright, final things are, so the ride shield can now apparently be crafted in the fabricator when it already could. Crop plots can now correctly grow when out of range. They fixed the server crash related to carrying passengers. Fixed the client soft lock related to tech gear. And then in relation to small tribes, can only merge into a tribe if both tribes have an available slot. And then of course the final thing is admin commands, which we've already covered. So there you guys, that is the end of the, those are the patch notes that actually came in this, you know, aside from everything else. They're the little bug fixes and all that. So hopefully this guide helps you out, everyone. But that'll be the end of this video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. If there's anything you want me to cover, let me know in the comment section down below, or you just want to chat or whatever, hit me down in the comments. But thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.